Mic check, mic check.
Hello. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we're already on YouTube. Let me turn off the screen share here. It looks like we're ready to go. Stop share. And I'm here. All right. Let's get started then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 96 Boards Open Hours, sponsored by Monaro. My name is Robert Wolf, and today is June 20th. You're watching episode 152, and today we're going to talk about OpenCV and its use with the RB3 Robotics Kit, which features the Dragon Board 845C, one of the newest Qualcomm boards that came out, Thundercalm board. Lots of cool stuff that you can do with this. We're going to talk not only about OpenCV, we're also going to talk about this board. Sahaj has a cool demo to show with this board, and it should be some fun. So I want to remind everyone that's in the call, whether you're joining us on the Zoom channel, information about the Zoom channel and how to join is in the description of the YouTube channel, or whether you're joining us on the YouTube channel, feel free to post questions and we will address those as well. If your questions are about 96 boards or something that's not related to the topic, still feel free to post those and we'd be glad to address them. Now, Sahaj, so I know that you're the one who's going to show this demo, right? I'm fixing my beard here a little bit. You're going to show the demo, talk about OpenCV, but I wanted to also kind of give a little bit of a background about OpenCV. So I went to the OpenCV website. Do you mind if I just kind of cover a few things real quick, like some of the bullet points that I collected? Okay, great. So for those of you who aren't familiar with OpenCV, I'm going to share this link right here in the chats, but we have a chat in Zoom, and then I'll share it over here in YouTube. OpenCV right there. So it stands for Open Source Computer Vision Library, and it's an open source computer vision and machine learning software library. It's built to provide basically an infrastructure for computer vision applications and used to accelerate the use of machine perception in commercial products. This has already been used by many big companies, including let's call it Yahoo, Microsoft, Intel, Google, IBM, Sony, Honda, Toyota, and a bunch of others, right? Now, again, I'm pulling this stuff off of the website, but there's a lot of really cool things about this library. Not only has it been used by all these big companies, but there's a community of 47,000 users who are also using this, and there have been over 19 million downloads. That paired with the fact that it is a BSD license, which means companies can kind of feel comfortable contributing and consuming it, as well as the community, which means you get kind of a more robust flow as the libraries evolve. It gets more and more robust. That's a very good thing. And then they offer a plethora of optimized algorithms. I think upwards of 2,500 optimized algorithms that allow you to both do classic and state-of-the-art computer vision machine learning algorithms. So you can do all sorts of really cool stuff. There's lots of interesting things you can do. And I'm going to want to kind of talk about a few of the common use cases that they've listed off. But some of the stuff that even I've done personally, you can do face recognition. You can identify objects, classify humans across or human actions in videos. So, I mean, like you could be like, okay, well, he lifted his arm up or whatever, build skeletons and stuff like that. Track camera movements, track moving objects, build 3D models of objects, produce 3D point clouds from stereo cameras, and the list goes on, right? Like I can continue to read all of this stuff, but there's a lot of really cool stuff that can be done. And Sahaj is taking this library and doing some really cool stuff of our own. So now, Sahaj, I think that's a good enough segue. I'm pretty sure I talked fast enough to leave you time. But before we dive into kind of like the work that you're doing with CV, can you talk about the project, the greater project as a whole?
Right. So the idea of this robotic arm is to be a sort of a demo unit or a demo project where you can go into events and show how the RB3 can be incorporated in all of these sort of pick and place style robotic applications. So what the robotic arm is intended to do is it's going to mainly have the three parts. The vision part, that's what we are going to be talking about today. There's going to be a voice command part that we'll talk later on, and the robotic part. So the vision part is OpenCV. The voice command is, I tell the robot to do something, and the robotic part is I will have a 6 DOF robotic arm. It's a very maker-friendly arm, so everyone else can make it. And the idea is I will give it a command, say pick up the red ball, and the voice bits will kind of make sense of it, that it wants me to pick up the red ball. The open CV or the vision part will tell the RB will uh, like see where the red ball is, and then the robotic part will go ahead, pick it up, and place it back down. So that's kind of the basic idea, just to see how it all works with the RB3, and all the calculation, all the robotics control, all the vision, all the audio processing is going to be done on the RB3 itself. So we just have the one controller there.
Yeah. So what is it? We did a Tech Talk Tuesday. It's a new stream that we started for those of you who are interested. Imagine having like somewhat of an OpenHours episode where we, address some technical topics or take questions. This is less of taking questions and discussion and more of a just straight tech talk, right? We try to keep them, let's just say, under 15 minutes, ideally under 10 minutes, but they're really interesting. And so we did one on this Tuesday, and here is a link to that. Basically, Sahaj talked about what he's going to talk about today, but on a much condensed stage, right? So let me share that right here. Yeah, so he tried to summarize it much quicker, and then I'll share that over here in the YouTube. Don't go to it yet because it'll pull you away from this channel. Go watch it later. But this is Tech Talk Tuesday, and this is episode 2.
Even the code is much simpler that I explain on that episode. I have made a lot of changes, and it's a lot more complex now.
Yeah, so today we're gonna see some more interesting stuff. We're actually gonna see the demo too, right? Like on the board. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'll screen share and show it on my system so that everything's clearly visible, and then at the end I'll switch over to another camera, have it pointed it to the RB3 screen, and can see everything else working.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, kick it off. The floor is yours.
All right. So I will share my screen. Let's see if this is the correct one, and I think that's the one. Yep. So what you see is a simple Python program that I wrote, and this is the one we will be using. So basically, how an OpenCV object detection or shape.
Are you showing like any code or something? All I see is a gray screen.
Huh.
Yes, the Hajj. All I've got is like some gray diagonal. Tough to say. I mean, I can see your mouse cursor going over it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That window is not rendering for some reason.
Oh, it's being blocked. Zoom is blocking it.
The background is showing, and other windows, when you alt tab.
I think it's the Visual Studio. The Visual Studio is not letting Zoom display anything.
Yeah, you can see like, so there I can see that. What's that, K, right?
Yeah, you can
Visual Studios is the one that's causing.
There we go. Now we can see it.
Yep.
Cool. And I'll make it nice and big. All right. So the way OpenCV basically works, especially for the for the purpose I have it here, is to detect different colored shapes. Is to first of all create something called a contour, which is basically you outline the various let's call it the various colored blocks. So I will show you all in a second. I just need to connect my camera, which I forgot to connect prior to the stream, and there we go. So now I can run a simple Python app, which is called Color Isolation. This was originally written by Don Harbin here at Linaro. And so I can start a video stream. I don't think this has taken the correct camera, but anyways, I can see you. I can show you guys it isolating things. So my laptop is mostly black. So when I start to move these dials, I can really isolate that color so that only my laptop or only the black part on the video is visible. So something like that. And once you have isolated everything that you need, this means that now you can create edges on the object. So and that's how you get your basic edge detection working. So just running through the code quickly, and I'll have the actual edge detection app here. Um, so this is the main code, and we start with these values, and these values are the contour or HSV value, as we call it, provided by the app that I just showed running. And so this particular app will give you values for vmin, h min max. So these are all the HSV values that you need for separating out the green color bits, for separating out the red color bits, for separating out the blue color bits and other colors. You can go for various shades. Um, and once you do that, we start with the main, which is basically just you read a single frame from the camera stream input, which is right there. And this should be camera 6 instead of 4. Um, and once that is there, it will read a single frame. It will resize that frame to 1080p, otherwise it defaults to a very low resolution. So I can actually run that in the background. Oops. Huh. So it looks like I did select the wrong camera. Anyways, we'll go on, and I'll see what's going on. So we take a single frame, and then we have a function called detects, which is basically taking the frame itself and generating the contours for each and like all of the colors that I want to detect. So I call that function thrice, once with the HSV value of blue color, the green and the red, and that function is defined here. So it blurs it out so that it doesn't get confused with the edges, and then adds the HSV mask. And then here, this function, the cv2.find contours function, is the one that will find the number of contours there are. And then this will grab all the contours and save it as a list in the CNTS variable. And you just iterate through that variable, and this all this stuff is just to outline, is to just define where the contours are exactly pixel by pixel. And the shape detect function then takes that contour, and we'll go to that function there. The shape detect function, these are the couple of lines that will tell the shape detect function how many edges and lines there are. And on the basis of that, if there is 3 line, it detects it as a triangle. If there are 4 lines, it detects it as a square or a rectangle, and then it calculates if the sides are equal, then it will detect it as a square. Then goes into pentagon. I can keep on going up to hexagon, octagon, and all of that stuff, but then we just stop and say, uh, if there are more than 5 edges, then it's a circle. So with that, it comes back, returns the data as an array, and here you can iterate over each and every contour that was there. And all the overlay function does is to draw that contour over the frame. And I will show you all in a second how that looks. And to draw that contour on over the frame, add a nice little text there, and then just overlay it on the actual frame. It returns the frame, and I can show I'm using the cv2.im show. And that's basically how it works.
So
So
Haj,
yeah,
real quick, because so when I did the opening, right, I mentioned how OpenCV offers, I think, upwards of 2,500 or 2,500 different algorithms to use,
oh,
right?
yeah.
So in this particular program that you've written or that you've consumed and modified, how many of these algorithms are you using? Like, how many of these different functions are you calling?
So I mean, we can go from duration
I mean, if
blur.
it's too many, yeah, don't if it's too many, like,
Yeah, it's exactly.
yeah,
It's a
okay,
fair
cool.
bit.
But
At
that,
every single point, what CV basically does is it uses NumPy and other stuff to make image specific, like very large matrix calculations very fast, and that's basically what it's doing, and edge detection, and then it goes into much more detail from there.
but I think that kind of goes to prove like kind of how important it is to not reinvent the wheel with these types of things. You know, you have this great library that already has all these cool tools, and instead of trying to write all these functions and get them set up on the back end, you can just consume them and call them, you know, which is
Yep.
nice.
So yes, I was on the wrong camera, and I have no idea what the right camera is. So
Oh wow. Wait, is this running on your computer or on the RB3?
this is on my PC,
Oh, okay.
but it looks just as fine on the RB3. Let me see if I can get the RB3 camera back, or the overhead camera back with the actual demo running. So, and now it should work. Um, well, right. I mean, in the meantime, unless you guys want to see me debug, if there are any questions.
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe someone on YouTube will pop up with a question, but right now it doesn't look like there are any in any of the chats. So, yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, I think there's some weird camera enumeration issue. Let me see. Right. So what I think is it's not detecting the camera properly. So I'll go open up the terminal and we'll debug it here. So let's see which camera this one pops up as. Uh, Input 66, which is weird.
I think if you can't get the camera going on the Dragon board, it's fine right now.
I mean, I think it will work on the Dragon board. It's not working on my system.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to show, because for some of the contours don't really show up all that well. Otherwise, so let's see. I don't know if this should be that high of a number though. Uh, nope. It's something to do with the camera.
Let's just this is where that meme comes in that becomes popular where it's like, oh, my code works. What did I do? Oh, my code doesn't work. What did I do?
Yeah, yeah. So I think the color isolation app is running in the background and that is blocking the camera. Now I don't have a way of closing it gracefully. So let's see if I can kill it.
Nice.
You know what? Let's move to the RB3 demo. I think that will work better.
Well, you know, it's fine. Like, I hope you all understand that, you know, you get the demo god's curse usually during things like this. It just happens.
I was working on it all day and it was fine. Let's see. I'm stopping the share.
It could be because, I mean, if you're on the same system that that you're using Zoom with, it could be that the camera is being utilized by Zoom.
I did it last. I did it on the Tech Talk.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. So if someone wants to go see it on the Tech Talk, just go to the Tech Talk link. I'll share it again.
Can you stop my stream because I don't think that text I cannot click it.
You want me to stop sharing your screen?
Yeah.
I think I can do it. Let's do this. There, I commandeered and then I left it. How do I stop sharing your screen?
You can share yours for a quick second and we'll stop my stream.
You want to continue? Yes. Yeah, I did that. So I took over yours. So now you can see Discord channel. And then when I stop, it goes back to yours.
Oh.
How do I stop your screen share? I should have admin powers for this to stop that. Oh, no, that's stop live stream. You don't have the option to stop your screen share?
I have, but I don't think Zoom's responding anymore. Like my Zoom's frozen completely.
Who can share? Let me just go this. I'll change the setting here. Host only. I don't know, maybe just rejoin real quick.
Yeah, let's see.
Technical problems. Look, you can all see my notes that I use. Why won't it go back to the grid mode?
Sahaj's screen.
What happened?
We still see Sahaj's screen, or at least
Yeah.
I
I
like Zoom wouldn't end. It just sending me messages to terminate the application. It's not.
Yeah, I still see it too. It won't let me.
And now his video stopped, but we can still hear him.
Oh, Zoom.
Yeah, he's broke.
Is there a Linux doctor in the house? Oh, Todd. Where's Todd? Is Todd a guest? Oh, Todd's in there, but he's not a panelist. So he
Can you kick me?
Can I kick you? Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me try to kick you. More. Remove. Bye. Did I just remove him? Should have kicked him.
I can still hear you.
Wait, I said remove. Oh, I hit no. Wait, okay. Remove. All right, yes. There we go. Sahaj should have been removed now. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm literally removing you now. Forbid record. Do you want to remove Sahaj? What should we do? I don't know what to do. Is this just happening? Like, is it just glitching?
Yeah.
Kick him out of there.
I can reboot my whole system. Like I cannot find what, like Zoom has like a ton of
yeah, reboot your whole system. I'll have a talk here with Carl and David, and maybe Rajan. I mean, Rajan's on the call too. Maybe he wants to talk about the 845 since that's kind of the topic that's coming up. Go ahead, just reboot your system and see if it stops the screen share. Maybe something happened on your end.
Yeah. All right. See you in a bit.
Oh, I got to sneeze. Okay, well, yeah, so we can still only see. Oh, did he just leave and now it just went straight to his screen?
He's logging out. it's got to repaint the screen every time it changes the brightness.
So for those of you who just joined on YouTube, we're having some technical issues with our streaming software. And it's a little unfortunate because even with God mode here, I can't even, my God mode isn't working. It's almost like I have it on, I have who can share, it's host only. And who can start sharing when someone else is sharing, host only.
Well, he didn't say his prayers to the demo gods today.
I know, geez. Okay, well, at least now I see my screen, my picture popping up. Did he leave though? Panelist, I still see him here. I'm trying to remove him. Yes. Oh shoot, does it say? Okay, he's gone.
There it goes. Yeah, it takes a couple seconds when somebody disconnects for it to figure that out.
All right. So now we're back to the right way. Whew, excellent. So yeah, so I guess let's talk a little bit more about the RB3 kit, the RB3 Robotics Kit, since Sahaj isn't here for a minute, and kind of highlight some of the things that are going on there. So for people who are familiar with the Dragon board, series of boards, let's see, switch it to speaker grid mode. I don't like just having my face. Well, I guess it will just be my face because no one else has their camera on. But yeah, so the RB3 Robotics Kit is a kind of all-inclusive robotics kit that includes a Dragon Board 845C, which has the Snapdragon 845 chipset on there, which is one of their more powerful ones right now that's out there. And then you have a little mount and several cameras with other optional add-ons to this. It also comes with a little extender mezzanine. And the problem that I wish I had my board on me right now that I could show. I think Rajan is looking around his desk. Did you want to show it, Rajan? Or could you? You're muted. Yeah, so I'll pin this video real quick. So this is the robotics, the RB3 Robotics board. You can see two little cameras on there, I think, that are connected. And then you can see the mezzanine on top, and then on the bottom that he was just showing, you can see a little Psalm, which is the Thundercalm Psalm that contains basically all of the stuff that you need for the 845 chipset on there. This is somewhat different than many of the 96 boards that you've seen, or all of the 96 boards that you've seen, because this is the first standard consumer edition board with a little Psalm module on there. And it's product ready Psalm. So, if you start developing on this board and then all of a sudden say, like, I want to go put this into a product, that COM or that Psalm can just go straight into your product, which is pretty cool. Let's see if Sahaj rejoined. No, not yet. But we do have Guy and John Mark who just joined. That's awesome. So a question popped up. Thank you, Rajan, for showing that. Yep. A question popped up in the chat here, and it says, are you guys going to do by any chance a live tutorial for OpenCV and the RB3 Robotics Kit using Node.js, JS, and browser? So I don't think that there's going to be anything using Node.js, but you did miss some of the beginning parts of the tutorial. Sahaj is running through, our engineer from 96 boards, is running through the kind of the program that he wrote for the RB3 Robotics Kit. And it's more specifically tailored to a robotic arm that he's building. So we have a robotic arm that we've kind of purchased all the parts for. We will be releasing the bill of materials and everything as we kind of go along on this. And then eventually you will get all the code as well. So I just moved Sahaj over from the attendees into a panelist, and I don't know, it looks like he dropped again. But speaking more to this board, it is a huge step up from the previous Dragon boards. And I don't mean like just a small step where, you're just adding a little bit of computing power and making it just a little better. But this also adds a huge amount of IO as well. So you're taking not only just kind of adding a better chipset or a stronger chipset, more RAM, more everything else, but you're also adding so much more IO. And this is perfect for people who are into the robotics fields. So Sahaj joined again. Looks like he sent me a message here and he's saying, Zoom says I can't rejoin because I was removed by the host, joining under my personal account now. Yeah, so that's a problem. I'm gonna have to figure out how to unblock you there, but sorry about that. Is Sahaj in here now? I don't know how to unblock you. Mute participants on entry. Nope, still the same error. I don't know how to get you back on here. I might have screwed that up. Maybe if I go to my Zoom account. This is a rough day. Host the meeting. Resources.
You're still doing
Webinar.
better than the works on our meeting where we had 5 people show up that were just spamming us with inappropriate gifs for the entire thing. So you're.
Oh, did that happen?
Oh yeah, it was
Just
bad.
yesterday?
No, this was several months ago.
Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out because it looks like I did block him. Meetings and chat, rooms, workspace, voice. Maybe if I go to the. Oh, here we go. User management, users, webinars, meetings. Yeah, I mean, you guys can. Did Sahaj go back in here? So he's in here. If I promote him to a panelist, I don't know why it's not letting him come in here. When the thing is that when it was asking me to remove him, I didn't read the whole disclaimer. Is that when you remove someone, it says they won't be able to join again. I should have read the whole disclaimer because now I don't know how to unblock. Unblock someone on Zoom. Managing the Zoom block list help center. So prerequisites, pro blocking, sign into your Zoom, phone system management, company info, click block list. Phone system management, where is that? Yeah,
That might be a different block list.
Yeah, this is just meeting basic in chat, private, auto. This sucks. Calling, nothing about a block list. Oh, allow removed participants to rejoin. Boom. All right, I said it. Sahaj, you should be able to join again. I just did it. Let's try this again now. Let me message him. Try again. Yeah, try now. I just adjusted settings. Wow, okay, well, it's a learning experience, right? Here we go. Let's see if this works. Sahaj will be rejoining the webinar as a panelist.
He showed up as an attendee for a couple seconds.
Yeah, he's allowed to join as an attendee. It's not letting him back in as a panelist.
So if he attends as attendee, maybe you can, if you right click on him, there might be a way to change his setting at that point.
Allow him to talk. I can promote to panelist, but it's not letting him join as a panelist. I was just there. It literally says allow previously removed participants and webinar panelists to rejoin. I just did it, and it's not letting him. So I don't know.
Robert?
Yes.
Are you sure you didn't plan this because Sahaj hacked all your Bitcoin treasures?
Did you hack my Bitcoin, Sahaj? Is that why? Ah, man, this is rough.
It'll be too late to remove him now. You already hacked your Bitcoin.
Yeah. Click the blocked list tab. So sign into Zoom web portal, phone management system. That's not even there. Phone recording, telephone, host video, participant video, audio. Where is this blocked list?
Did he join using his personal account? Did he say he was joining using his personal account?
Yeah, but I just made the modification here so that
Zoom's slightly smarter than that. If it detects him coming from the same IP, it'll still ban him.
yeah. Annotation, whiteboard.
Well, the second question, Robert, is maybe Sahaj is doing this on purpose because you won't let him hack your Bitcoin fortune.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe let's try this time. Now I think maybe I just reset the whole thing. It's still not letting him.
Maybe it needs a few minutes to figure out what you did.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then we have to cancel the show because we don't have much more than a few minutes. We have only like 15 minutes left. Well, 20 minutes. But I mean, what are you going to hang?
Sadly, I think it won't let him back in unless you like end the meeting and restart it.
Oh, that could be the case.
Yeah.
Shit. How do I do that? Because if I end the meeting, then I think it will stop the live stream, in which case it ends it and then it splits the live stream into two. Yeah, I don't know. Promoting doesn't work. Also joining from browser won't work. Let me use the camera, and nope, still nothing. That's what Sahaj is saying. Well, this is it seems like we've reached a crossroads here, or an endpoint. Maybe this is it. Blocking numbers of users, activating and deactivating block numbers. This is block numbers. I don't know. Try once more, he says. Okay, once more. Let's go. Promote to panelist, promote to panelist. We just got this guy in here, Guy Zohar. But we do not have Sahaj yet. All right, Sahaj, we're gonna have to troubleshoot this. He can't see, he can't hear me. Yeah, Rajan, he says he tried joining from a browser. This sucks. The whole YouTube video is just me looking at the screen dumbfounded at why I can't figure this out.
Yeah, I keep joining. Somehow my video stream keeps stopping.
You keep joining and your video stream keeps stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has to do with restarting the channel.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a blocked list. It's just allowing me in meeting advanced.
And there is no dial in to Zoom, right? Is there a like dial in number where you can call in, or I don't think
There is a dial in, but he won't be able to share his screen or do any of that stuff. Email notification, other email invitation, schedule privilege, integration. Yeah, I think we're just screwed. User management, group management, in groups, add group, users. Oh, maybe Sahaj comes up here. Sahaj. There's Sahaj. Edit. I can deactivate him only. Basic, pro. Oh, maybe if I make him a pro. Here, let's see. I just updated Sahaj to a pro user account. Let's see. Try now. Try now, Sahaj. You can't hear me. Try now. Try. Oh, I just gotta do it from here. Users. Oh, he joined as another username. Did he get in? No, it doesn't look. Oh, he's there. There he is. Can we hear you? Make co-host. Haj, I can't hear you. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I cannot hear Sahaj.
There he is. We can see him. No, we can't hear you though, Saj. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, I think he said he's going to turn his laptop on and off again. I don't know. Is he still here? Oh, well, okay. So we figured something out. We have about 10, 15 minutes left. There's still a few people watching in YouTube. Surprisingly, 11 people stuck around through this whole dilemma. 11 people in YouTube and 11 people in Zoom. So that's kind of good sports. You're all good sports here. I appreciate you dealing with this with us. Let's see if we can hear Sahaj again now. I just added him back in as a panelist. I think. No? What happened? Oh, geez. I can only join from browser, but you can't hear me then. Yeah. Well, maybe we got our hopes up too quickly. Sahaj, we still can't hear you. Hello? Are you talking? Okay. Well, I guess we should just probably cancel this then. I'll try to fix it with Sahaj on the side. And maybe I mean next week we have a guest from Travis CI. So one of the developers from Travis CI will be joining us. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with that that company or that project, but yeah, it should be fun. I think that there will be a lot of interesting things to talk about there. But right now, I mean, it's just too bad. Maybe what we'll do is we'll push this one to the following week. I don't have anyone scheduled there yet, though there was someone looking at the date, but maybe we'll push this one to the following week while we try to fix this. But until then, I guess we're going to cancel this one out. Sahaj.
Say, Robert?
Yeah.
You can sell this to Hollywood as a reality TV show called Keeping Up with Sahaj.
Keeping Up with the Sarups. He can hear us. Clearly he can hear us. But no, we can't hear him. Ah, man, that's just so sucky. I mean, okay, so let's just use this time. I guess if someone's here that wants to talk about anything else, like that's all I can think about. Otherwise, we can close it out. I don't want to eat up people's time for no reason. We had a show planned. We had some cool stuff planned. But if that's not going to happen, then maybe people want to talk about something else. This is a hardware discussion / 96 board / open source. Anything?
Maybe Robert, you can plug in for Linaro Connect because I think the deadlines are coming up for that. If
that is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So good point. Good point by Rajan. In fact, probably should have just kind of given up on this a while back. But Linaro Connect, a 2-time a year, so biannually, we do a big conference, an open source on ARM conference. You can kind of call it that. For Linaro, right? Right here, parent company of 96 boards. It's a big event, brings in usually upwards of 400 people, usually between 400 and 500 people, primarily engineers from all around the world. There is, of course, some business development and executive teams there and stuff that are talking business and all sorts of cool stuff like that. But the main portion of the guests, let's just call it 70+%, are engineers. It's booked with a bunch of sessions. So there's like 3 different tracks of sessions. It's 5 days long. There's multiple keynotes every morning. There's lots of food. There's lots of events, like kind of like side events where you can connect with people. There's lots of fun stuff to do. And this particular one happens to be in San Diego. And so if you have at all followed me, you'll know I am from San Diego. And I'm pretty stoked to be able to show anyone who attends this event some of my favorite places here in my stomping grounds. There are some nice restaurants and bars, of course, right near where the hotel / conference center or convention center will be held. So I'm going to share the link here. It's connect.linaro.org. But we do a call for papers every time we do one of these. So this is connect.linaro.org. There's a call for papers. You can go in there, apply to be a speaker for one of the sessions. There's also ways to apply to be a keynote speaker. It's a little more cutthroat when it comes to getting accepted for that. But if you do get accepted to be even a session speaker, you get your fee to the conference, the registration fee waived. That's really nice because it's like $2,500 to attend all 5 days. It's basically $500 a day. Granted, that does come with a lot of food and all sorts of other stuff, but it is
so much food.
So it is a lot of food, right? Like just nonstop.
Hey, Robert, can you comment on NVIDIA's support for HPC ARM? I put the link.
You're talking about the link that you just posted?
Yes, NVIDIA is now supporting ARM for HPC. I guess it was a big thing in the news for HPC.
Oh, yeah. Just announced a couple days ago. Very nice. Yeah, maybe Carl, you heard anything about this?
We talked a little bit about it yesterday. There's actually not a lot of information other than, there's a press release. We think there's been a massive code drop that's just in the world of academia, so it's not necessarily being seen outside of that. But apparently it's to enable a whole bunch of support for things like CUDA on ARM systems that are primarily going to be used in the HPC space, which isn't entirely surprising considering that top 500 list dropped last week. And the two fastest machines on it are both NVIDIA systems. They're NVIDIA and IBM, so it's a bunch of Power 9 processors with a ridiculous number of NVIDIA GPUs plugged into each one of them. I think there's 16 GPUs plugged into each Power 9 processor socket. It's crazy. But there's been a big push towards a more efficient HPC. So the other thing that came out this month at the same time as the top 500 list is the new green 500 list. And the point there is how many teraflops can you get per megawatt? And not surprisingly, all of the front runners in that are mostly ARM devices. So there's been a big push for that, mainly because most of the work these days is being done on the GPUs, not necessarily on the CPUs. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out in the longer term. But yeah, that's you now know what I know.
Nice. Yeah. And I mean, we talked about this. We've given kind of segue into the Works on ARM call, but Carl and the folks from Packet host a weekly Works on ARM call. And if I had attended yesterday, I would have known they already talked about this, but I try as best as possible.
It happens.
Can you post the URL or the announcement about that call or the information?
Just worksonarm.com. We are in the process of trying to update the website so that we can have the information on it. But basically, if you join more than the call, we actually have a channel inside of the Packet community Slack. So if you go to
put
Slack.
The URL in the chat if you could. Put it
Sure.
in the chat area, the contact information in the chat area.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find it. I'm still trying to dig out this whole blocked list thing, but yeah, it's not.
I'm fairly certain it'll go away once you end the meeting. In fact, I would recommend just once you end the meeting, spend 5 minutes, spin up the meeting again once you officially end it, and then see if you can get Sahaj to reconnect to it.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Forgot we did that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, back to, the whole Linaro Connect thing. Definitely, if you are interested in speaking, and if you're just interested in attending if you're just interested in attending, right, contact me because I do have community badges, and I know $2,500 is expensive, but if you're in the area or you just want to come take a, vacation / conference sprint over in San Diego, because it is kind of a destination place in the US. San Diego is, a vacation place for even people within the US. Definitely worth checking out, and contact me and I might be able to get you a community badge. So if you already plan on coming out to this area, why not check out the conference? But yeah, besides that, I guess, Rajan, did I cover it well? We're gonna be showing a bunch of cool stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like even if like what is it? I could probably talk here for.
What are the dates of Linaro Connect coming up in San Diego? The dates?
I think it's the 23rd through the 27th
of
September.
What month?
September, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just confirm that real quick. 23 through 27 of September, San Diego, California. Yeah.
And all the fish tacos you can eat.
Oh man, I'll take you to some of the best fish taco places in San Diego that I know of. Yeah, I love fish tacos. Me and my fiance, we go get fish tacos all the time. Our favorite place is actually a taco truck down by the border. Not even a restaurant, it's literally a truck. But yeah, all right. I think we'll give anyone else a chance to speak up, or else we'll call it. Did anything pop up on YouTube? Still 10 people watching on YouTube. I'm surprised. Thank you for sticking around. All right. Well, then we'll end it there. Go into after hours for anyone who wants to stick around in Zoom. I got a few more minutes to stick around, but everyone on YouTube, if you are interested in joining us on Zoom, kind of shuffle on over here. The link is in the description. I did update that link so it works now. And thank you very much for your time. We'll end the call now. Last thing though, next week we will be talking, I already mentioned this, but next week we will be talking with one of the lead developers from Travis CI. So if you are interested in Travis CI, make sure you take a look at that. And then hopefully we'll cover what we missed today in the following week with Sahaj. We'll finish this episode up. All right. Thank you all.
Robert, there's a rumor your cat